Back, everyone. At the top of the program, I referenced the power of partnerships. Appropriate words when it comes to our next guest this morning, Amy Wachob, President and CEO of Goodwill Industries of Northwest Ohio, and Dan Rogers, President and CEO of Cherry Street Mission Ministries. And both here together, two great organizations coming together in partnership to help our community. And Amy, it's great to see you. Thanks for coming on. And Dan, as always, good to see you.
Please.
You both are wily veterans of Conklin and Co, and but never on together.
Right.
That's right.
Amy,
First time.
Yeah, really nice to have both of you here. And Amy, I have to say, for full disclosure, you said, why don't we do this together?
Right.
Because you have kind of facilitated this partnership that really came to be a couple of years ago, but something new now. Tell us about it.
Right. So as part of this whole partnership approach, I thought, hey, how about if, do you mind if we include Dan on the program? Because you
kind of muscled your way in.
Yeah, okay. But with that, partnerships and collaboration are so powerful and important, especially among nonprofits. And so Dan and I just wanted to come on today and just share a little bit about our experience and some of the efforts that we're putting towards workforce development in the area here in Toledo and throughout Northwest Ohio. And we did start about 2 years ago. It started with a donation need, winter clothing at Cherry Street Mission Ministries, and I said, Dan, is there something that we could do to help with the voucher program? And the seed was planted for collaboration at that point. So,
and 2 years later, you're still working together on a number of different things.
In real dynamic and vertical ways, Lee, because what a lot of folks wouldn't know about Goodwill is they take their retail dollars and they put them into investment of humans in workforce development. As a matter of fact, when you think about Goodwill, that's really the way you want to think about Goodwill. When I got on board with that idea, I was like the rest of the community. I had no idea what Goodwill was doing. Once I found that out, Amy became a very critical and strategic partner to us.
Yeah, and it's more than the donation centers are so important, but I know, a former board member, that it's all about getting people to work.
That's right. Right. Getting people job ready, having that bridge from individuals with barriers to employment, getting them a job. So Dan and I just started talking strategically, very visionary speaking of how do we do this? How can we take the people that we serve and treat them from a holistic approach, one person at a time, one job at a time. And there is this definition of what is work ready. What does that mean? And employers need a work-ready or job-ready workforce. So Dan and I are working in collaboration to provide employers with job-ready individuals.
And both organizations, Goodwill, helping people with disabilities of some sort, and then Cherry Street, people who have lost their way because of no fault of their own or one reason or another, right?
In a lot of ways, Lee, we are for the community redefining or certainly updating the term work ready. Certainly we believe work ready is the skill development, right, which Amy and her team do exceptionally well. What our team at Cherry Street does exceptionally well in partnership is help the person get work ready internally, right? Because people that are hiring people aren't really necessarily hiring skill, they're actually hiring a human being.
Right.
So we work together collaboratively. So Goodwill does all the workforce and readiness development from a skills level. Cherry Street's completely focused constitutionally on the individual to make sure that once they get a job, they'll stay on the job.
Take us through the process, Amy. All right, workforce development. I go and I bring the clothing that perhaps I'm not going to use anymore. I bring it to the donation center. The funding comes into Goodwill. You have workforce training, right?
That's right.
For those who need it.
Right.
And then take us through the process where Dan Rogers and the Revitalization Center come in. What are the steps here?
So there's two. One that's already established. So Dan was very gracious to us and to Goodwill in that we're now embedded over at the Revitalization Center. So he reserved space for us at no cost to us. Again, true collaboration and partnership, which we hugely value. And once a participant or a guest of the Revitalization Center finishes their education and training, they come to Goodwill space then for their job readiness. So that's the resume writing, the interview skills, the dress for success. How can I link with an employer? So it's truly treating the entire person, and at the end of the day, getting them a job.
Yeah, getting them work. And Dan, maybe you can talk more specifically about getting the person ready. Yeah, Goodwill's the work aspect of that, the training, the person as a whole. Because if somebody doesn't do the job, it comes back to you, right?
Yeah,
And
100%.
Amy,
Right,
right?
right.
Yeah, we've put both of our careers and institutions on the line on
Yeah,
this one.
yeah.
You know, because frankly, you know, we are living in a community where all of us care deeply about the community, both the
Right.
receiving and the giving side of what we do. As a community, all of us are concerned about the dropout rates in student enrollment, job recruitment. We simply have just really sat around and encamped around this whole idea of what systems change actually needs to be engaged. And this is one of the things we came up with, that the system itself is actually creating the next fired person. So why not just change the system, improve the system, experiment with the system, right? So for work readiness at us, Lee, we really address what we consider to be 3 poverties that may exist inside of a human being. Poverty of relationship, poverty of something in soul, right? Maybe they're just not well, or poverty of spirit. And so not everybody has those 3 poverties, but a lot of folks do. Or perhaps you're okay spiritually, okay in your soul, nothing's really ever happened to you, but you haven't talked to your mom for 25 years. That's a poverty of relationship. One of those poverties is going to have a net loss in your life moving forward. All of us around this table can know that one of the reasons why we stay in home, stay in job, stay in relationship is because we're healthier on the inside and we pursue health.
Yeah, but we all have stuff,
We
right?
do.
Right.
What we're doing in our partnership
Right.
is we're simply not ignoring that stuff. We're
That's right.
making the direct connection that there may be something going on inside you personally that's keeping you from housing, family, and job.
And it is our social responsibility. I hope I'm not speaking
No,
too much for
please, you are.
to bring that stuff to the table. We actually want to hear what is happening
That's right.
that is preventing you from having a job, from having that career, from having that second chance. What is it, so that we can help you overcome those barriers? And we very much look forward to the next step, which we are opening up a Job Connection Center at our DeBow store here in the summer. And you asked me about the flow, and that's open to everybody. So they can, you know,
Someone comes into
anyone.
the store and starts looking for work.
It's a space. It says Job Connection Center, but Cherry Street Revitalization Center will be embedded there. So we're reciprocating that with other area partners, again, to treat that job seeker as a whole. And if someone is interested in one of Dan's trade schools, great. Then they register that, and we can hopefully get them some education, and we'll help with the work ready aspect.
And that
of
goes
their
to my
search.
next question about the gamut of job readiness, of training, of job descriptions that
Right.
you want to train people for, right?
Well,
so
exactly.
it goes from what to what?
Oh, so here's how this partnership really gets really cool, right? Because under a single roof, not only do you have a renewed mind, you have Wren Hill Staffing, you have Goodwill, you have Cherry Street, you have other partners that are working around together, but you also have 2 colleges. Owens Community College is under our roof, so is Northwest State Community College. So Owens Community College is opening up our welding and our tool and die school by the end of the fall, actually end of the summer. We'll open up culinary, hopefully by the beginning of the year. And Northwest State Community College is getting ready to do some mechanical engineering stuff with us. And they're running one of our most productive schools, which is a call training school. So getting people ready for call centers. That has been a very, very productive school for us. Nearly 70 graduates have come through that school already.
The power of partnerships.
Right.
Exactly right.
You know, we're going to wrap it up right there. Time is of the
Okay.
essence here. But it's Goodwill Industries of Northwest Ohio, Cherry Street Mission Ministries. If you want to volunteer, you can. There are plenty of opportunities to do
Please.
so.
Absolutely.
Right? Thanks to both of you for what you do and what your
Thank you.
organizations do. We appreciate
Thank you, Lee.
it.
Thank you.
Dan
Appreciate your
Rogers
time.
Yes, sir.
And Amy Wachob,
Thank you so
Goodwill
much, Lee.
Industries and Cherry Street Mission Ministries. Back in just a minute. Conklin and Company continues. In Touch is next. Stay with us.